136 to 119 over the Portland Trailblazers, or over the Dallas Mavericks. And really, it was a perfect game. 34 assists from the Blazers tonight. You could see it early in the game, the execution and just the way that they played the game, their energy, their focus, everything about it. Like, they were dialed in. They were spot on. And it reminded me of what Chauncey said after that loss to Cleveland, that he liked the way they played. He thought the effort was there. And he said they were close. They didn't get over the hump there, but he liked where they were at, and we saw it tonight. I mean, early on, it was just boom, 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 boom. The ball was moving well. The team executed well, and the result was nice. But as I mentioned, 34 assists. They had a 47-25 edge in rebounding. Just 12 turnovers tonight. Think about that for just a moment. They protected the basketball, which was great. 24-9 edge in fast break points. All 5 starters in double figures, led by Damian Lillard, who scored a game-high 36 points to go along with 10 assists. And Nurk had a double-double tonight with 22 points and 11 rebounds. There were multiple guys who contributed in this victory tonight. And for the Blazers, Dallas, kept it close. It was 47-42 with 6:33 to play in the first half after a couple of free throws from Jaden Hardy. Portland closed out the half on a 24-14 run. They pushed their lead up to 15 at 71-56, and Dallas never threatened after that. I mean, it was very, very smooth tonight for the Trailblazers, and finally we saw some of the shots starting to fall. The Blazers, 56% from the floor tonight, including 17 of 41 from downtown. And as Burkhart and I have talked about throughout the year, the game's much easier for this crew when they hit shots, and tonight they certainly did that. You can jump on board fifth quarter. What's up? 503-248-0620, 503-248-0620. You can also join us on the YouTube live stream. Just go to youtube.com, put in the name Rip City Radio, and you'll find the homepage right there. The link is right there. You can jump on board, be a part of the YouTube chat, and check out our ugly mugs as we discuss what went down tonight. 503-248-0620. After the game, Brooke Olsendam caught up with Dame. Let's listen.
Defensively, play with that energy, keep the ball moving offensively, and just make sure that we didn't have those lows. We always play good in stretches, and, against a team like this, we know they're explosive offensively, got a lot of shooters. Our energy had to be there. The physicality had to be there. We had to be flying around, and we did a good job of that. We was able to sustain it for a longer period of time tonight than we have been lately.
Nice bench production, all 5 starters in double figures, 34 assists. Is this the brand of basketball you'd like to see from your guys night in and night out? Because you're capable of it.
You said, what was the second?
You're capable of playing like that.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely capable of playing this way. I think we started the season this way. But it's not easy to do. It takes focus. It takes hard work to be able to play at that level. And we just got to be a mature enough team to do it consistently. When the ball is moving, everybody's touching it. We playing with pace. We playing for each other. This is what it looks like. And, we haven't had that. And I think tonight, you win a game by 20 points against a really good team. You got to understand how it happened. And I think it happened by us flying around defensively and sharing the ball offensively.
Luka finished with a season low, 15 points, just 5 in the first half. How were you able to shut him down like you did?
That's not a one-man job. Luka is a great player. He does the same thing to everybody. He's going to come out. He had a 60-point triple-double this year. He scores 40, it seems like, every night. So it's important that we make it a team effort. We gave him a lot of attention. We sent 2 guys at him all night. And, that can be exhausting, to have 2 guys in your face, and you got to be willing to trust your teammates. And I think we would rather lose to other guys hitting shots than lose to him. And they weren't able to sustain it tonight, but, it could be a different story tomorrow. So we just got to look at what we did well tonight, try to repeat it tomorrow, and just know that they're going to come harder.
Real quickly, how badly did you guys need this win tonight?
Oh, we needed it in the worst way. We've let a lot of games slip lately, and, in the standings, a lot of teams are in the mix, right next to each other. And we want to be one of those teams that stay in the mix. We want to be one of those playoff teams. So it was just important for us to get this done. It was a huge win for us.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Boom. I feel the need for speed. Aha. What a game tonight, man. Dame was on fire. My man Chris Burkhart is here. What a beautiful sports day it was. His 49ers got the win. We saw a ridiculous comeback with the Jaguars over the Chargers by a final score of 31-30, and the Blazers get a big win tonight. But that was, I think, the type of basketball we want to see. And Dame said, hey, when we're playing with pace, we're sharing the basketball, everyone's getting touches. That's what it looks like. The execution was pure tonight. That is the type of basketball we want to see. 55.7% shooting, 41.5% from three, 47-25 edge in rebounding, 10 offensive rebounds, 24-9 edge in fast break points, 34 assists, a beautiful number, and just 12 turnovers. Man, the game's easy. Didn't make mistakes, got multiple people involved, and we saw a lot of different guys step up and make game-winning plays. Dame led the way, 36 points and 10 assists. 21 points from Anthony Simons on 6 of 12 shooting. Nurk, 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. He was 9 of 15 from the floor. Jeremy Grant, 16 on 6 of 9 shooting, 2 of 4 from downtown. And Josh Hart tonight, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, a very good all-around game. Off the bench, Shaedon Sharpe, how about this? 31 minutes for the rookie. He had 12 points on 5 of 12 shooting. And Gary Payton, 10 points in 15 minutes. And Chris and I talked about this before the game, but how about GP2 defending all over the place tonight and being able to put a body on Luka? And Luka scoring a season-low 15 points. By the way, the 136 points tonight dropped by your Portland Trailblazers was a season high. Hey, Burkhart, first off, congrats on your 49ers for destroying the Seattle Seahawks and Brock Purdy looking like a champ.
The foghorn will not get old.
All right, so the 49ers will advance, and it looks like they could be playing potentially Minnesota next weekend, and then the Trailblazers with a great win tonight. That was a great win. I mean, in so many different ways, but they handled the Mavs with ease. They limited Luka, something they haven't done this year, and all the different areas of concern. The defense was spot on. The offense was legit. They didn't turn it over. The aggression, the mindset, the start of the game, it was all there. Everything that they had talked about was on display tonight.
Yeah, and this game, as I'm watching it, reminded me a lot of the game earlier in the year when they started the season hot. Denver came to town. Remember when they held Jokic to 9 points and he only attempted 4 shots that game? Like, he just felt off, and the team played well around him, got a big win. Like, that's what this reminded me of. The team played Luka well, and as some of the people in the YouTube chat are commenting, and then Twitter was commenting, like, this is the reason why we've wanted to see GP2 on the floor, because the defense makes a difference. It absolutely does.
There's no question. Samantha chimes in and says, man, I am so happy to see Gary Payton II. He's made such a big difference. Nurkic just having some threes, but you all know that it's Dame time. You're right, Samantha, man. It is nice to see Gary Payton II. That's why we've been, so frustrated with the fact that he's been out of the action. And now that he's here and active, like, dude, he looked comfortable guarding Luka. Like, you forget how good he is defensively. Like, he can take on multiple spots on the floor. That is every team needs that type of guy.
Every single one. We talked about it pregame about the strength he has and his ability to guard those guys. You asked me straight up, do you think he has the strength to guard Luka? I said, absolutely he does. He is a strong guy. Now, Chad, speaking of GP2, he had a moment in the game there back when it was the fourth quarter when Chauncey emptied his bench and let them all out. That, again, shows you what goes into this game, and it was GP goes, and he just starts high-fiving everyone courtside as he goes to the bench, right? When a team is having fun, not just the Blazers, when a team is having fun, that means they're starting to fire on all cylinders and good things will happen. Is this like a major turnaround? We'll see. But for this one game, they reverted back to that team that's just having fun playing ball, and the result showed.
Well, you brought up a good point, too. Like, all the frustration, the bitterness about Gary and some of his teammates being frustrated, the frustration from the fans, Chauncey getting a little upset, Dame being a little upset. Like, the best way to solve all of that, just win. Go on a nice little 5-game win streak, and everyone's going to be in a real good mood.
Nobody's going to be bitter about GP not playing if he continues to play defense like this and the wins start coming.
That was nice. 503-248-0620. That's your telephone number. You can reach us on Twitter. You'll find me there at Chad and Rip City. The YouTube chat is live and going, and the Blazers get a big win tonight. We'll come back on fifth quarter. We're going to keep things rolling. We'll hear from Chauncey a little bit later. Continue to get your reaction. Are there any Charger fans out there? How are the Charger fans doing right now? You have a 27-0 lead at Jacksonville, and the Jags come all the way back to win it 31-30. Ouch. That was awesome. What a great sports night. And we got an NFL triple header coming up tomorrow. There's a good chance that potentially Mavs may sit Luka tomorrow. Don't forget, second of a back-to-back against Dallas at Motor tomorrow, tip at 7. Or, excuse me, tip off at 6. We'll have game day starting at 3:30 here on 620 Rip City Radio. All right, fifth quarter, Trailblazers rout the Mavericks tonight, 136-119. Hey, Burkhart, one thing I've noticed, everyone's mood, even in the YouTube chat, totally different after a dominant Blazer victory. The mood, the topics, the humor, It's amazing what winning can do. It doesn't just make the players happy. It makes all of us happy. I'm in a good mood. You're in a good mood.
Hey, I've said this many a time about a fan base, especially one as unique as the Blazers, who feeds off the team. The fans are a direct reflection of the team, whether that's good or bad. Even if the team's playing great, but the vibes are bad, fans will feed off that. Fans will portray that. Fans are a direct reflection of it. So when they're happy in the chat, it's a good day to be a Blazer.
No doubt. Let's go out to Ken in Vancouver. Ken, welcome to the fifth quarter. What up?
Oh, it doesn't get any better than that, man. Seeing what we saw tonight was fantastic, and that's the GP2 we've wanted to see.
Oh, dude, it was nice, man. Just the way he can defend multiple spots. I thought the execution tonight on both ends, I really don't have anything to complain about, man. Transition points were there. Assists were there. They didn't turn the ball over. That was a tight basketball game by the Blazers.
It was, and they went with the lesser of two evils. It's not like the Mavs can say, well, we didn't hit our threes tonight. I mean, they shot almost 50% from three, but the thing is when you work that hard to make Luka's life a living hell on the court, that it's literally reminded me of all the teams that did the box on Dame all those years. That's what it reminded me of. And Luka has not faced that much this season. More teams need to do that.
Yeah, no doubt, man. He's tough. Season low points for Luka, 15, and the 136 score by the Blazers, a season high. It's all good, brother. What about that meltdown by the Chargers, too, by the way?
Yeah, I was getting a pizza before coming home for the Blazer game, and it was 24-0, and I thought, wow, man, what's going on, man? But right before, I'm not kidding, I get in the car and I go, watch the Jags come back. And it's just the way it goes. And after the Blazer game, I look at the score and I'm like, what? They actually did. And, hey, you got to hand it to Golden Boy, man. 4 interceptions would have melted most young quarterbacks, but that dude's for real.
Yeah, there's no question. Well, I'll tell you what, man, enjoy your night. Enjoy the triple header tomorrow, and then we'll talk to you on the 5th tomorrow night.
Go Blazers. Hey, way to go, guys. Proud of you, boys.
There you go. Thanks, brother. There's Ken in Vancouver, 503-248-0620. That's your telephone number. Trailblazers get the 136-119 victory, and I think most of you would agree that was exactly what we were looking for. I mean, they were locked in. They were dialed in. I mean, they went out and got it done. In fact, let's take a listen here to Anthony Simons, who talked about the execution.
Yeah, it felt good. Just kind of the same message we've been having even during the losses that, we keep building towards a win and building upon that too as well. So I think today was a great start. We played well on both ends of the ball. We just executed on both ends of the ball, and we capitalized on everything that we needed to do. So and it was great to see everybody make shots and play well and play with confidence.
Boom. Ant's in a good mood. Dame's in a good mood. Coach Billups is in a good mood. That was nice, man. Making shots. 41% from three, 56% from the floor. They dominated the glass tonight. 10 offensive rebounds, 47-25 edge. I just like the whole, energy and attitude and the whole mindset. You could see it when they took the floor tonight. And then when they put the hammer down in the second quarter, it was like, bye-bye. And we're just going to go on a nice little 24-14 run and close the door. And Dallas never threatened after that. That was a hammer job they put down. And then they took care of that stinky Euro, Luka, and held him to a season-low 15 points. And that's good work because that guy's killed the Blazers. I mentioned it before the game. He averaged, over 30 points in his career in 15 games against the Trailblazers, shooting 50% from the floor and 42% from three. Ooh, boy. 503-248-0620. 503-248-0620. How about Nurk tonight, too? Burkhart, you see that? Nurk not only playing well, but being aggressive and dunking the basketball. That's all we want him to do. Throw it down, big man.
Throw it down. Yeah, no, I was going to chime in and say that, but as you and I came into the studio today, we heard, some co-hosts about throw hands there on the show. I didn't want to do that with you, But no, the thing about Nurk's performance tonight is this is exactly the type of Nurk performance the Blazers need on a nightly. And what I mean by that is the fact that he went out and had a double-double. What was it, 22 and 11? But he did it so quietly that you have to go check the box score to go, really? That's what he had? Because that was not the focus. No one was looking at Nurk. He was just going out there doing exactly what they asked him to do, and it resulted in a big game. So I think that was a perfect Yusuf Nurkic game.
All right, let's go out to Victor in Turkey. Victor, you got to love the game tonight, buddy. That was big time.
Oh, man. I love you. I love Chris. And I love Blazer. I cannot do it. I cannot. I'm even speechless. You wouldn't believe it. I mean, I couldn't sleep last night. I said, man, I have to wait for that. And, I'm very passionate about this Blazer and also the city of Portland, everything, And tonight.
It's your second home, Victor. Portland is
Huh?
your second home. Portland is your second home after Turkey. So I love that you love it here.
Yeah, I mean, your show, as I said, the only TV station or radio station that let me talk. But what I'm saying is the best player, Damian Lillard, I mean, the way he was a leader and he led the team, and also most of his shot is contested. You know, one shot that he shoot the ball and he fell down and still the ball goes in and he fell down like, hard on the ground. Most of his shot is contested, but he still make a shot. It was amazing, and my favorite, my another player I like is Ant Simon. And Ant Simon, he has a good relation with Damian, and also he was plus or minus what it is, but he was number one, plus 18, Simon. But that doesn't mean that the Damian was the best player tonight. But, as I said, I'm speechless the way they played, and they destroyed Luka. I don't like Luka, he thinks he can take over the game every night. But the Blazer kind of disapproved that his game. And, I can't say enough about the game. And I want to appreciate you and Chris that sometimes, once in a while, you root for Ant Simon and you consider him as a good player and this and that. You mentioned this this afternoon, that sometimes if he makes mistakes, you shouldn't blame him, that he missed shots or this and that. And I appreciate that. If the Damian he support Ant Simon, believe me, if he support Ant Simon, they might keep him. What do you think about that?
No question, man. No question. Hey, Victor, you got to be happy, man. Ant Simon looked good tonight too. I know he's your guy. Ant looked good.
Yeah, I hope that's a turning point, and from now on, believe me, that's a good turning point. Maybe from now on they start winning games. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, that's the key now. They got to start winning games, because here's the beauty of it. And, Victor, I love you, man. Thank you so much for the phone call. You're the best. That's my guy right there, Victor. My brother from another mother. All right, let me look at the standings here. And I think Dame referenced this after the game tonight. So here's where the Blazers sit right now. This is what's so wild about all of this. So the Blazers have not been playing good basketball. They got the win tonight. They're now 20-22. But here's what's crazy. They sit right now currently 11th in the Western Conference, not even currently in the playoff picture. But if you look up at 5th, like right now, they're 3 games back of Dallas, who is in 5th, 3.5 games back of Sacramento, who's in 4th. So you've got all these home games coming up. If you just go on a nice little winning streak, they can put themselves back in a position to put pressure on the front office to go out there and make little shake and bake maneuvers before the deadline. That's really what you're coming down to, because you look at the West right now, it's like, okay, Denver's at the top along with Memphis. And then 3rd is New Orleans, 4th is Sacramento. It's like, we haven't seen this wide open in so long. How many teams are sitting out there going, dude, we're just one player away from being able to be serious? That's crazy to me. 503-248-0620. 503-248-0620. Kieran is there. Kieran, how about that game tonight, buddy?
Hey, yes. How about that game tonight? Yes, I'm happy that they got the win tonight. 136, 119. Yeah.
Yeah, season high in points. Dame 36 points and 10 assists.
Yeah, Dame 36 points.
And
Yeah.
great game from Nurk.
Yes, great game for Nurk. Yes. And Anthony Simons, too.
Yeah. All 5 starters in double figures. What'd you think about Gary Payton II?
Oh, yes, I like Gary Payton II. He's good, too. Yes. He's a really good player. Yes.
Well, what about the game tomorrow?
Yes,
you
go
confident
Blazers.
about the game
Yes.
tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident about the game tomorrow.
All right. We're on a hot streak right now. It sounds, Kieran, you sound like you're in a good mood like the rest of us. Is that true?
Yes.
All right, Kieran. Hey,
All
buddy.
right, thank you, Chad.
You're the best,
Thank
man.
you.
Thanks for calling in. Rip
All right.
City. There's Kieran. 503-248-0620. All right. Josh Baker's on hold. 503-248-0620. 503-248-0620 is your telephone number. I'm trying to decide if we should go to the phones right now or if we should take a break.
And so I know that we're all kind of, down right now. So I wanted to give you some inspiration, Chad.
Do it.
Me, Megan, and Monica, who you have talked to, have all decided to become a throuple.
Become a what?
A throuple.
What the heck is that?
All dating each other. We're going to see how it turns out and take it day by day.
All right, day by day. That's Josh Baker. That was the phone call I had a couple of nights ago. He's on hold right now. Let's go see if he went to the Blazer game. Josh Baker, you're back. What's up, buddy? What's the latest?
What's up, buddy?
Dude, it's good to hear your voice. Were you at the game tonight?
Yes, sir.
All right, now who did you go to the game with?
Myself, Stag, Butts, Megan, and Monica. The 2 M's had their first legit date.
Oh, was that tonight? So you weren't a part of that. It was just them on the date.
I mean, we did meet up a little here and there, but yes, this was their date. It's an overnight tonight, so I'm excited for them.
All right.
It might just be a ladies' night, but whatever.
All right. What'd you think about the game tonight, Josh?
Amazing. Double doubles by Nurk and Dame. Come on, I'm excited about that. I mean, after 5 losses in a row, we needed a win and we needed a date by the 2 M's.
Well, there you go, man. It was a big night, 136, 119, and it sounds like, well, I guess we'll have to get details from you in the future on how that all plays out for you.
I'm excited. I know it's not conventional, or I don't know. In this day and age, nothing surprises me anymore. But you do what you got to do. The Baker clan might be adding, someone else. So, we are just having a good time and seeing where things go day by day, just like the Blazers, day by day. Tomorrow, another game.
Well, there's no doubt about that, man, Josh. I appreciate the phone call. One game at a time right now. They just string together some wins and get themselves right back in the playoff picture. Oh, you've got to hear this. Hey, Burkhart, have you got that audio of your beautiful daughter? You got to explain the situation before you play the audio. Explain what went down, because you played it for me. It's funny. I think the people listening would enjoy this.
All right. What you need to know is my 5-year-old, man, she is a little spitfire, and she comes by honestly. She gets Dad's attitude, right? Mm-hmm. Dad's temper. I've been working on it.
How would you describe your temper, by the way?
You've seen it before. I go 0 to 100 real quick when you piss me off, okay?
All right.
I've worked on it, though, now for 36 years. It's a lot better than it used to be.
So you can run hot. You can run hot.
I
You
can
got a
run
short
hot.
fuse. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
I know.
What about your wife? Is she more...
Oh, no. She's way laid back.
Okay.
She's way laid back. She did tell my child the other day, though, that she might have to enroll her in anger management like Dad was, because I was in anger management as a kid. Yeah. Funny joke, right? Well, anyway, we got these little gizmos, these little watches that they can text each other. So my kids can text each other. They can text their cousins, and they can call like 5 people. So it's a cool little thing, a safety thing. Well, my middle child, my 5-year-old, she's texting everybody, And her sister is texting her nothing but hamster face emojis, right?
Yeah.
So she did a voice to text back, but instead of sending it to her sister, sent it to her aunt.
Yeah.
And her aunt lost it laughing and then snitched on her. But this is the audio of what my daughter meant to send her older sister.
Stop! Texting me when I'm in the middle of doing my texts.
Stop texting me when I'm in the middle of doing my texts.
That is so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. Well, she'll learn. We've all sent the right text to the wrong person, which can be very uncomfortable.
Yeah. I already sent my wife the that I have it added to the board. So
Stop!
I love my children.
That's what I sounded like when Josh Hart passed up that 3 a couple of nights ago against the Cavs.
Stop!
Or next time Nurk decides to go with one of those Euro flip shots instead of dunking the basketball.
Stop!
Or the next time Preston tries to tell us that LeBron is better all time than MJ.
Stop!
All right, 503-248-0620. We're going to come back, and we'll step into the coach's corner here for Chauncey Billups. Blazers get the big win tonight, 136-119. 36 points, 10 assists from Dame. 22 points, 11 rebounds from Nurk. 34 assists from the team. 47-25 edge in rebounding. A 24-9 edge in fast break points, just 12 turnovers. And Luka, a season-low 15 points. Blazers dropped the hammer on the Mavs. You got the fifth quarter on your home of the Blazers, 620 Rip City Radio. This right here is our happy song, Burkhart. It's our happy song.
They got that dog in them.
All right, 503-248-0620. Appreciate your interaction tonight. The YouTube chat is smoking right now. Nice work. You can jump on YouTube and pull up our homepage, Rip City Radio, and check out the live stream and see us in studio, 503-248-0620. Chris Burkhardt is here. Our YouTube chat, appreciate your daughter. She's fiery, man. I feel anger management coming in the future for her. I like that.
No, I don't think she's going to need it, but I might need like therapy. Like I might need someone to talk to just to vent and get through it. Because, dude, she is me in mini form. My mother has said it many times that the Lord has just given to me what I gave to her, but tenfold.
No, you're done, dude.
Toasted.
How many women are in the house now? 4?
4, because the latest one that is now 3 months old, also little
4
baby
girls.
girl.
Like, I've got one, and she'll be 13 in February. And, look, I love my daughter. Kaylee is my sweet little angel, and I'll do anything for her. But the drama is starting to rise. Just a scotch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's coming, but you get that times 4. That's insane. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, my oldest has always been sweet, but she's starting to show what the teenage years are going to be like, and it's not going to be fun.
I'll just make sure that I'm never firebombing your daughter, texting her emojis when she's trying to get in touch with someone.
I'm going to bring her in the studio so you can meet her. I promise you. You'll be more scared of her than you'd ever be scared of me. It's a handful.
All right, we're going to get you up to date, and then we'll step into the coach's corner.
The fifth quarter on 620 Rip City Radio presents the Scoreboard Report, brought to you by the Stadium Sports Bar and Grill, A-Lene's ultimate venue for sports fans every Monday night, featuring beer and wing specials and more.
All right, we'll start with the NFL playoffs. Super wild card weekend. Earlier today, the 49ers hammered the Seahawks 41-23. Brock Purdy, in his first NFL playoff start, 18 of 30, 332 yards. And 3 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, 15 carries, 119 yards. DK Metcalf, 10 receptions, 136 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then in the nightcapper, a wild game. The LA Chargers built a 27-0 first half lead, and the Jaguars come all the way back to win it on a field goal as time expired, 31-30, a total collapse from the LA Chargers. Trevor Lawrence started out the game with 4 picks. He finished with 4 touchdowns. What a game. Wild game. And coming up tomorrow, 3 games in the NFL. Dolphins at the Bills at 10 on CBS. Buffalo favored by 13.5 at 1:30 on Fox. Giants in Minnesota take on the Vikings. Minnesota favored by 3. And NBC at 5:15. The Ravens are in Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Cincy is favored by 8.5. The Monday Night Football game. Cowboys in Tampa to take on the Bucs. Dallas is favored by 2.5. Taking a look at the night in the association, we start out in Miami where the Heat take out the Bucs 111-95. Elsewhere, the Celtics win in Charlotte 122-106. Tatum 33 points and 9 boards. In Indiana, the Grizzlies take out the Pacers 130-112. Desmond Bane 25 points, 8 boards. Atlanta over Toronto 114-103 up north. Trae Young with 29 points and 9 assists. Timberwolves take out the Cavs in Minnesota 110-102. Edwards 26 points, 6 boards, 7 assists. In Utah, the Sixers over the Jazz 118-117. James Harden 31 points, 11 assists. And your Portland Trailblazers 136-119 winners over the Dallas Mavericks. Game high 36 and dished out 10 assists. That is your Scoreboard Report brought to you by A-Lene, 503-248-0620. Let's go out to my man Dan in Beaverton. Dan, what's going on, buddy? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Chad. I figured I'd jump back on the Blazer bandwagon.
Yeah. Yeah, good win tonight. What'd you think about that game?
Pretty good, pretty good. We needed it after a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah, 5-game losing streak. They had lost 9 of their last 11, and they needed a win in the worst way. Even Dame admitted that after the game, and they were able to do it against a pretty good team in the Western Conference. That was nice.
Yeah, it was really that game against Cleveland the other night. Dame got 50, and he still couldn't win.
I know. It's terrible.
But it's kind of like they aren't too popular. When they're losing 5 in a row and 10 of their last 11. I mean, the papers are saying, you got some explaining to do, and hopefully this will turn it around. We can win tomorrow night and get back in the winning column.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think, and I appreciate the phone call, Dan. I miss you, buddy. This is the win. They needed it. They got to capitalize on this homestand and put themselves in a position to strike with the trade deadline coming up on February 9th. All right, let's step into the Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner with Chauncey Billups on Blazers Game Day, presented by Henderson & Daughter. Henderson & Daughter has been supplying superior design service, quality windows, entry doors, patio doors, and window installation to the Portland and Southwest Washington area since 1977. Before you decide to just replace your current windows or exterior doors, have our designers present you with a free in-home design consultation and estimate to show you the different styles we carry that can give your home a fresh new look. Henderson & Daughter, your window and door experts.
All right, let's check in with Coach Billups following the Blazers beat down of the Mavs, 136-119. Here's Coach.
I thought we were really, really aggressive defensively, and it just kind of fueled us. Playing against Luka, we tried a lot of things, and obviously we did a pretty good job on him. But I thought our defense really fueled our offense, for the most part. But, I just felt like, our starters obviously were really good, but I was really, really impressed with what GP was able to do for us today. And I thought it was one of Shaden's, one of his good games, too, on both ends of the floor. So, obviously our starters played amazing, but those two guys really stood out to me.
What in particular do you think worked well against Luka defensively?
Well, one, when you play against players like that, you can force them into everything. They just missed a shot, So he struggled from the field tonight. Some of that was us, and some of that he just missed. But we trapped him, quite a bit, knowing that their whole team can shoot the ball. I mean, this team they made 22 three-point shots. I mean, that's tough to absorb, but we did. Our offense was really good, and sometimes you got to pick your poison against them, But it worked out today. They'll make some adjustments, I'm sure, and we'll have to do the same for tomorrow. Right back at it.
Chauncey, how hard is it to commit with a blitz and scramble like that when Bullock's hitting threes like that?
Yeah.
You're not, even though the offense is churning, you're not really pulling away early on.
Yeah, you're not, and it is. It takes some real discipline. I talked to the team about that before the game. I said, this is what we're going to do. We got to be committed to it. We got to believe in it. It might work, it might not, just like any other coverage. But they got guys that are very capable. And you look at and see what, Reggie Bullock did tonight, 8 for 10 from 3. It was an incredible performance for him, but, we were able to get away still.
You mentioned Gary's performance tonight. In general, what you like what you got from him tonight? What are maybe some specifics about what you got from Gary? And then just in general, how has he maybe changed, particularly that second unit in terms of their energy and their defensive?
Yeah. He's just, defensively, he's just disruptive. He's disruptive. He's like a little gnat, he just sticks to you the whole time, and he got great hands, and he's physical. He's smart as heck how he guards defensively, and so he just has an impact. And he's one of those guys that the way that he plays, he makes all the other 4 guys level up. And offensively, he's just smart, He's a good screener, really good screener. And then when he gets the ball, because we got guys that need to be trapped. He's a really, really good playmaker from there. You see him, he just gets the ball and he just whips it out so fast before the defense can rotate. He sneaks behind the defense, plays in that dunker spot for a small guy. He's just very unique, what he brings from an offensive standpoint. So he was just being GP, and he's the reason why we coveted him so much is because we know that he can impact our games.
Seems like he really understands angles too, like where to set screens, and you talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, he does, and the biggest thing when you're setting screens is where to set it. Where are you trying to get your man to go? You trying to get him to go downhill? You got to set it on the lower half of the body. You're trying to create a switch. He just knows those things, and those are things that we as a staff are trying to teach most of our guys. But when you got to get a guy out there who just does it instinctually, that's the best teacher. You just look at him, just see what he's doing, and then you just, you learn that way.
Chauncey, you mentioned a moment ago that obviously you'll make adjustments, the Mavs will make adjustments. Not having had a chance to ask you about this before, what's your perspective on these little two-game baseball-style series? What's the challenge for you as a coach to prepare the team to go out and do it again tomorrow night as you play these
Yeah. I mean, the challenge is, just breaking it down and trying to think what can they do differently, because we got to be prepared for that, and they'll be doing the same. But I do like them.
All right, there's Coach Billups following the game tonight. He sounded pleased with the way that they're able to play tonight. Very nice.
Yeah, he sounded great till I pushed a button and knocked him off. That's my bad.
That's okay. That's okay.
But you were asking me a question in my ear, and I'll answer it on air. Everyone's going to want to hear the drive of the night.
All right, let's do it, man. Drive of the night here in the fifth quarter.
It's time for the Portland Trailblazers Drive of the Night here on the fifth quarter, hosted by Chad Dewing, 620 Rip City Radio. Drive of the Night is brought to you by Dick's Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Wilsonville, ready to compete with the lowest prices in town.
Three-pointer from the wing on the way is short. Ball comes right to Hart. Pushes with a hop step across the timeline. Now he hesitates and drives to the rim, banks it in.
Love it. I like that. He stays on the attack, especially when he's got people retreating.
All right, there it is. Drive of the night here in the fifth quarter. The Trailblazers over the Mavericks, 136-119. We'll come back on fifth quarter, and we'll keep things rolling. We're back tomorrow with game day starting at 3:30. Chris Chris Burkhart will have game day.
Stop!
Dude. That's like The Rock coming in over the top of me. I was not expecting that. It's so loud and so awesome.
That was great.
Stop!
Stop!
Dude, everyone can relate to that if they had when they were younger, if they had a brother or a sister. When you're like fighting with one another, stop, knock it off.
Oh, yeah, every single one of us.
It's the best. All right, Chris Burkhart will have game day tomorrow. I'll be in for fifth quarter. It starts at 3:30, and, of course, the tip-off at 6 here on 620 Rip City Radio. All right, 503-248-0620. Blazers destroy the Mavericks tonight, 136-119. (503-248-0620). Game day starts tomorrow at 3:30, and then tip-off is at 6. It's a home back-to-back against the Dallas Mavericks. All right, let's get to our poster play of the night.
The fifth quarter poster play of the night is brought to you by Collection Connection, the leaders in framing sports memorabilia, team awards, and so much more. Collection Connection offers you a one-stop, full-service framing experience. Find them online at COLLCONN.com.
Here's Dame, runs into Doncic, splits the defense and drives. No look pass to Eubanks, who hammers it down with two hands.
All right, fifth quarter, 503-248-0620 is your telephone number. You can jump on board. Great win tonight for the Blazers. I love everything about the way they approached the game, their play. They were efficient. All 5 starters in double figures. Dame was electric, 36 points, 10 assists, 34 assists from the team, 22 points, 11 rebounds from Nurk. The defense was spot on. The execution was good, just 12 turnovers. Rebounding dominant, 24-9 edge in fast break points. Everything was there. So, Chris, any final thoughts on what you saw tonight with the Blazers, the game, and the dominance of the Mavericks? I mean, to get off the schneid and snap the losing streak, this is kind of exactly what they needed, because I think you can walk away from this game with some confidence moving forward. You got something going now.
Yeah, anytime you can snap the streak, doesn't matter who it came against or how well or poor they played, just winning that game matters. It needs to happen. It's kind of like we played that clip a few months ago about Rasheed Wallace, right? When he talked about if you take the first shot and you miss it, take the second shot, you miss it, your third shot better be a layup because you just need to see one fall. Sometimes you just need to see a W in the win column, no matter how ugly or pretty it is.
You're so right about that. All right, let's get to our shot of the night here in the fifth quarter.
Shot of the night here on the fifth quarter, 620 Rip City Radio. The Nothing But Net Shot of the Night is brought to you by Oregon Dungeness Crab. Sustainably harvested, uniquely delicious, and always wild. Oregon Dungeness Crab always sounds good for dinner.
Dame across to the far side, spins to the baseline, drives, steps through, he is bumped, gets the foul and the bucket, and Damian Lillard will go to the line for the and one. 18 and a half for Dame.
Well, I tell you what, he might not get 50, but he might get a triple-double.
Damian Lillard having a big first half. Timeout, Mavericks.
All right, what a game. What a game, what a game. That was awesome. Terrific effort tonight. And the Blazers now, after losing 5 straight, have gotten off the schneid and now hopefully can start a winning streak. The good news for the Blazers, the deadline, the trade deadline coming up on February 9th, but if you look at their schedule over the next couple of weeks, there's a chance for them to make some hay here. Here's what they got coming up. They got Dallas tomorrow. Now, there's a chance that Luka will not play. They may rest him in the second of a back-to-back. Then they go to Denver on Tuesday. That's going to be brutal. I never expect them to win at Denver, but then you're back home. Philly, the Lakers, San Antonio, Utah, Toronto, and Atlanta before you kick off the month of February on a 3-game trip at Memphis, Washington, and Chicago. And by the way, if you have not taken a moment to check out the highlight of the Ja Morant dunk at Indiana tonight, it is truly one of the sickest in-game dunks I have ever seen. Burkhart, I had you watch it. How bad is that dunk?
It's unreal. That dude legit floats. He doesn't jump, he floats. How he stays in the air so long.
And dude, he elevated and cocked the arm back.
Yes. I mean, and it looked like it stretched a la Michael Jordan in Space Jam. Dude,
it's one of the baddest dunks I've ever seen. He's a bad boy.
Yeah, it's easy.
And he's a guard. He's not a big guy.
Do you have a favorite dunk of all time?
Yeah, I have a couple of them. Tom Chambers, when he was with the Suns, had a dunk in a game where he's so high above the rim because when he elevated, he got kind of bumped by another player, and it further pushed him up. And he's cocked the ball back with two hands. He threw it down. It's a well-known dunk. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then Dominique Wilkins has got one where I don't know how to explain it. I just know that his body is contorted, and he threw it down with absolute power. So Dominique Wilkins in my lifetime was probably the best in-game dunker I've ever seen.
Yeah. He was legit.
But this dunk by John Morant is...
It's an all-timer. It's an all-timer.
All-timer.
I mean, for a guard, too, the bounce, oof. Blazer fans will appreciate it. I think my favorite dunk ever, I know I'm being biased here, but against the Clippers, Bonzi Wells lobbing it up to Rasheed Wallace, and I don't know how he got the ball that far behind his head. Oof. Oof.
It was nasty. Let's see if that... I love going to YouTube. It's the greatest,
Yeah,
man.
with that or while you're searching, Blazer fans remember my favorite dunk I ever saw in person is just because of the sequence it was involved in. But everyone remembers Thomas Robinson getting the block, ball going out, West throwing up to Will Barton. Just oh my goodness, that's one of the best sequences ever.
Oh yeah, the Tom Chambers dunk is great because white guys, not typically what you expect in that type of situation. Oh, it was Mark Jackson that he absolutely teabagged on that, too. But, yeah, Dominique Wilkins is one of the – and his nickname, too, the human highlight film. That's a beautiful nickname.
Yeah, that's how you know you're special. That or like Vince Carter, half man, half amazing. Like, come on. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's why I love YouTube, because you can just go there and pick out basically any player you want. So, like, they've got Dominique's best in-game dunks.
Oh, yeah.
Like the 10 best. And so, and they've got this for, like, any player you could possibly imagine. But what these guys did, but this John Morant dunk is like I'm watching Dominique's top 10 right now. But the John Morant dunk it's as good as any I've seen, Burkhart. I've been watching basketball for a long time.
Yes. That Vince Carter's in the Olympics where he jumped over the center and then almost knocked Kevin Garnett out because he turns around and just swings a punch in celebration.
That was one of the coolest dunks of all time. Was it not?
No, that's one of the coolest.
Yeah, it was great. Oh, I love Dominique. All right, I think that's going to do it for us. You got any parting thoughts on tonight, Burkhart? Your daughter got any parting thoughts? Anyone?
I'm so glad I added it to the board.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, Dominique's nice. Oh, Dom. All right. Big thanks to all of you for your time tonight. We appreciate it. It was great, man. It's always good to get off the schneid and get the victory, and that's exactly what the Blazers were able to do tonight. We're going to be back at it tomorrow with an earlier tip time at 6. Game day will start at 3:30. Chris Burkhart will have that. I'll be back in for the 5th quarter. And then the Blazers will take off to Denver, and then we're back home for a slew of home games. All right, that's going to do it for us. Your final score from Moda Center tonight. The Trailblazers over the Mavericks, 136-119. For Chris Burkhart, I am Chad Doing. Show me a Blazer!